Happy Friday, fish keepers! We've done it, we made it a Friday. That is a happy, happy day. We're about half an hour from going into the Fanatics Friday coffee date with George Farmer. I'm going to make this one short and sweet so I can finish the prep for that. A couple of things we're going to do today as long as I'm emotionally up for it. I've made a small plan, so we'll take some of these platies out, get them into the shop. Didn't get around to these plants the other day. So we'll have a bit of a work session on the plants out here. We'll also update on the BBA, and while I'm here now, I can update you on the flower stem that's coming from the Hormani. It's coming along nicely. It's getting bigger. Yesterday, as I was feeding late in the evening, I noticed that this tank here in particular, the water flow was not working very well, so we'll turn the pumps off and we'll get some work done in here as well. Just make sure the pipes are running, so the filtration is running through all of these tanks as well. That is basically what I have planned, depending on how emotionally stable I am after the live stream. Those of you that have been here for a while will know that some days after the Fanatics Friday coffee date, I'm as high as a kite, and other days I'm potentially as low as under the ground. It's quite an emotional ride. Yeah, there's been days I've been right up there, then crashed and stayed up all day, and then crashed, and it's a huge ride on a Friday. So I try not to do too much stuff on a Friday, or at least plan too much stuff on a Friday, in case I just can't physically, emotionally, mentally handle it. So that is the little task we've got to do today. Should be able to get through that, no matter what I kind of feel afterwards. I'll also do computer work and then the normal social media stuff as well. So I'm going to get into the office, into the Fanatics Friday coffee date recording studio, the 3D Aquarium's recording studio. We'll give that a nudge. We'll get all prepped up. We'll get that ready to rock. We'll have this Fanatics Friday coffee date. We'll see you all on the other side. So we're done. That was really, really cool. It was really heavy. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. But I have to make a massive thank you to George Farmer for coming on to start with. But also how open he was and everything. That was ridiculously cool, and on a really different level that wasn't just aquariums. That was huge. I'm 100% going to have to go for a decompression walk now to sort of bring me down a little bit from that, but also up from that, but down. Like, it's just, yeah, I would encourage you to sit down, watch that. It's about 2.5 hours. You'll be in for a bit of a ride, a bit of an emotional ride. I can't quite explain the words, but I would encourage you just to sit back and enjoy that, and just take in the words that were being said and the conversation that was said on more than just face value. That was really good. So thank you again for the people that watched, and thank you again for George for being on with us, because that was a whole new level of intrigue and interest in aquariums and humans and stuff like that. So that was really cool. So I'm going to go for a walk now and just breathe my way through that. So yeah. So I just put the sign outside because it's 11 o'clock. It's windy and it's sunny, but the sign's out. And it turns out I forgot to lock the door overnight. It's a bad Cameron, real bad Cameron. As we can see here, the lack of decent water flow going through this aquarium is causing issues. Back from my walk, feel a little bit decompressed, a little bit better. Also, there's been more questions that have come up in my mind that I am sitting with internally that needs to be answered. Anywho, I'm going to make myself some popcorn. I'm going to sit down with some popcorn. I'm going to get a big drink of water and probably a coffee. Have my popcorn, have my water, have my coffee. Try and find a live stream to check out on YouTube. Just drop a little bit more and then get on to work. I think I'm going to get through the shop system first. That's probably number one priority, and then work on the plants. And I can't remember the other thing. I'll look at the video, what I can do. Anyway, bit of time, then get amongst it. I burnt my popcorn. I'm not happy, I'm not impressed. Nobody wants burnt popcorn. So I've just drained a little bit of this tank and on the side just to sort of show you what I mean. So as we can see here, or maybe not, 'cause it's not, here we go. Tank no work now. yet this one here is going fine. So I've got to drain a few of these that are running, because the sump itself is too high, so if I turn it off it's all going to overflow, so I've got to take some of the water out of the sump. Best way of doing that is either draining the sump, but if I'm going to drain the sump I might as well just do a couple of little spot cleans around the place here. Lower these water levels a little bit, then I'll turn the sump off, turn the system off. The water will then drain back into the sump, and away we go. So that's kind of the plan there. So I'll just probably end up doing these middle ones, just a little bit of it, just enough so when I turn it off it doesn't overflow, and then I can get all the nozzles that aren't working going again, where there's 2 or 3 I've already noticed. Get that moving again, get everything humming. I won't do a full water change on here today. I'll probably keep that till tomorrow, but I can definitely do partial ones and little spot cleans while I'm in it. So yeah, let's go. Now for this to work, of course, I need to be doing water changes out of tanks that are running quite smoothly, not just dripping away, because the sump will refill from here, obviously, fill it up, takes it out. So these 3, I ain't going to be doing that one. That one will be alright in time. I'll might as well hit these 3 as well, which is quite nice and clean because they're flowing through, which has surprised me, because at the top of the head I would have thought that would struggle, not so much down the bottom. Anyway, then again, maybe the junk gets pulled downwards. Anyway, that's what's going on. So apparently I wasn't really doing water changes or anything like that in here. I was just getting what I needed to get done, and would appear that so far I'm about 100 litres out, just taking little bits out of all of this. So maybe I'll do a small water change today. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so I've taken about 10 or so litres out of all of these tanks now. The ones with the lids on, I think the nozzles were running pretty optimally. The other ones not so much. There's actually quite a few more running like us than running good. So yeah, I've done that, we've worked it out. I'm going to go through and declog them all. The sump itself has run itself pretty close to dry. As you can see there, it's not quite dry, but empty enough, so I've got plenty of room for movement there, so I can clean everything up, put some more water in, and basically I'm doing water changes today. Happy days! So I've got my very technical tool out. I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but basically I get the end of this here and I stuff it in the end of the nozzle there and go gets that done, and then it gets cleared out. And sometimes I also put my mouth around the end of it and go and blow it as well. So I'm going to do that now. I'm not going to record it. We'll fill it back up. We'll see how we go. Holy heck, look how thick that is. She's one juicy girl. Didn't realise it got that big. Have we gone up or down? Which direction have we gone? Is that one plant there? Holy heck. Crazy cool. Like, the roots have taken off. That's awesome. I suppose I forget that some of these tanks are growing plants. Actually, only one of them. 2 of them are growing plants now. There used to be more. That one there. Anyway, back on topic. Keep working, mate. Keep working. Okay, lids are all back on, which means all the pipes have been cleared, and I only ground my head on one tank, that bastard there, which is great because I can assure you that it freaking hurts doing that. But anyway, only one done. It's 2 o'clock-ish. I'm going to have some lunch, then I'll come back, we'll fill it up, we'll turn it on, we'll check out if my work has worked. I've only just opened the door and I've totally forgot that this was out here. So, looks like everything's dried up around it. So now we've got to leave it for a day or 2 and see if any more water comes out of it, basically. See how we go. So far so good. Look at all this pollen. Blech. Pumps are on and we're pumping through here. So as we can see, we've got some more water going through. Better than what they were. That's definitely working now. What about you, buddy? Are you working? I'm not your buddy. Good. We're good. We're good. So I think that's probably solved the problem. Nice flow going through there. Some nice flow. Flow rider is living the dream. Alright, cool. I'm going to fill up these tanks. And yeah, we'll get on to the next task, which is probably going to be making some more memes on CapCut. Yo! So it's all noisy in here now the tanks are actually going. And keeps like, oh no, I've got a water leak. I clearly don't, or at least I don't think I do, which is cool. I think it's just trickling water, but I think it's a little bit ironic that these three were flying before I did all the cleanup. Now this one isn't working, but everything else is going, so yeah, there is that, and that's nice and fun. Apologies for what it's probably been a bit of an average day in the life video. Emotions have definitely run up and down from this morning, and that's cool. It happens sometimes. It happens quite often actually, but anyway, it's happened, and I've taken a lot from this morning with Farmer. So I also apologise how late today's algorithm engager is and how lame it probably is going to be. So this is basically where I ask you to answer my question. We answer the question, gets the YouTube algorithm engaged, gets more people seeing the next Friday coffee date, which is 100% working, so I thank you very much for doing that. Today's algorithm engager, I'm literally going to do this on the fly as I'm going, so don't forget to like the video if you're still here. It's been a long video, I think, I'm not sure. Today's been a little bit blur for me. So today's question, yeah, it's pretty rough and pretty blank for me today, actually. Let's go, what's your favourite song? For me, I think the Zephyr song by the Chili Peppers is right up there. I think it's a really ridiculously cool song. There's probably some other songs that are probably my favourite song more, but that's definitely one that I can think of at the moment. So what would be your favourite song that you enjoy for whatever reason? Don't have to tell me why. You can if you want to. Yeah, okay. This is probably the last time I record today. We'll get through this. It'll be the last time I record today. We'll edit it up. We'll get the video out, and we'll be onwards and upwards tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll do that. Thank you for joining me. I apologise for the late algorithm engager. Hope you enjoyed today's Fanatics Friday coffee date. It was a blast. Oh, I totally just thought I saw some cory spawning. They weren't. Anyway, have a good one, team. Happy fish keeping. Catch you all tomorrow.